Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I have some pretty crazy antique store finds. A couple from garage sales, a couple from Facebook Marketplace, and a couple from eBay. So without further ado, let's get started. This is the first one. I got this for $5. It's a really nice copy. ZZ Top Rio Grande Mud. I believe this is their second record. Not as good as Tres Hombres to me, which is a great album. But this has got some pretty good hard rockin' moments, some pretty good classic rock moments. It's a pretty good album. I enjoyed it. I'll definitely be keeping it and revisiting it. And yeah, gotta spend some more time with that one. Next, another one, $5. This one was at the flea market, and this is the UK press, so I figured I had to get it. I think they only pressed in the UK. This is Taste Live at the Isle of Wight. This is incredible. Absolutely incredible. You get to hear Rory Gallagher just go off on the guitar. It's amazing. Very heavy, like heavy, early heavy, if you know what I mean. Like 1970 was the Isle of Wight festival, so it's like that type of heavy. But very bluesy. This three-piece band. This is just an incredible album. I was a little bit on the fence about picking this one up because it had some pretty nasty surface marks, but I decided why not, and I picked it up, and I'm very glad I did because it just blew me away. I mean, it starts with what's going on, and to me, it's just better than the studio recording, and most of the tracks here are. They were a great live band, and amazing stuff on there. Another flea market find here. Figured I would just pick this up too because I recognize the name, but I didn't know this album specifically. This is Baby Batter by Harvey Mandel. This record is killer, funky, guitar, organ, all that. Came out on Janus. I'm looking for more Harvey Mandel stuff, particularly his early stuff. But yeah, this was really funky and really nice. It sounded great when I played it. A bunch of instrumental tracks. I was like working on something else while doing this, and it was just perfect music for it. But yeah, Harvey Mandel was in Canned Heat, I want to say, and I might be wrong, and I'll be correcting myself if I'm wrong. But he's an incredible guitar player, and this is just a great album, and I highly recommend checking this out. Got some great funky tunes on there. One more for $5 at the flea market. Exuma 2. I got very excited because I thought this was the first one, which goes for about $80, but this is the second one, so it's like a $25 record. This is very interesting. It's like acoustic, sort of tribal music, I would say, almost. It's a very interesting listen. I only played it through once. I've definitely got to spend some more time with it. I'm not sure if this is one that's gonna stick around for forever, but this is an original pressing on Mercury, and it's not too bad. I mean, it's got really nasty like sleeve scuffs. I don't think there was an inner sleeve on this, but yeah, I ran into this guy at the flea market and saw his box of records. Saw some pretty cool ones. This was in the box out there, and he had some more in like this shed area, but he said he sold them all for $10, and he said last week at this flea market, because it goes on every weekend, he sold all the Pink Floyd and all the Black Sabbath and Motorhead and stuff for $10, which I'm really sad that I missed. But next is one I got at a garage sale like 3 weeks ago, and I just didn't show it in the last video because I thought it didn't fit. But this one is really, really cool, and I didn't know it. I just bought it based off the cover, and glad I did. Phoenix by Gatto Barbieri. That's him in there. I think he's from Argentina. Amazing saxophone player. I recognized the name after I already picked it up. Like, I wasn't really thinking about the name. I was just thinking about this sweet cover. That is like wall hanging art right there. Yeah, I also saw that it was released on Flying Dutchman Records, and been trying to collect a bunch of Flying Dutchman stuff, and then I think this is honestly the first one I have. But I'll buy any Flying Dutchman I see. It's a really, really cool label. Lots of funky stuff usually, but this is like a near mint, I think it's a reissue, but near mint copy of this album. This is just the right amount of free jazz for me. It's not free jazz particularly. It's kind of erring on that side of music, but yeah, wouldn't personally call it free jazz, but really, really killer record. And keeping with the jazz, now this is a grail for me. This is one I've been looking for since I started, and this was just such a good deal at an antique store of all places, and I just had to get it. And this is just an amazing, amazing record. Of course, Miles Davis Kind of Blue. This is an original 6i stereo, and I paid $50 for it, which is a lot, but I just said, I'm not going to see this every day, and when's the next time I'm going to see it? I could get my money back if I wanted to, and I bought it. I'd say it's, like, not in the best shape, probably around, like, the DG, G plus range, but I really wanted it, so I just went for it. I've really been trying to buy things in good condition and not sort of overspend on records that aren't in the best shape, especially since I started buying more collections and stuff like that. You know, I'll always find these records and stuff. I mean, except for like exceptions like this. I don't know when I'll see another copy of this, but I really do need an upgrade eventually. But yeah, this is absolutely one of my favorite jazz albums. I remember listening to this probably like, I don't even know how long, 3 or 4 years ago, in Disney World, sitting by the pool, and I was just living the best life, and that's what this brings me back to. Incredible album. Everyone knows it. If you just want to get into jazz, that is one of the best places to start. Yeah, incredible record, of course. Alright, this next one was another crazy antique store find. Was not prepared to find this in the slightest, but I got burned. I was trying to buy a record collection, and I drove like 40 minutes, and then they texted me that it wasn't available anymore. Which at least I didn't get there first. You know, I had another 20 minutes to go. It was about an hour away, but I was a little bit frustrated, so I just looked up antique store near me and went to the closest one, and I found this in the bins there. Satan is Real by the Louvin Brothers. This is a pretty dang cool record. Love the cover. Really, really great cover. This is so not my speed, but I do kind of enjoy the sort of it's interesting. It's a really interesting record. It's like country rockabilly almost type thing, gospel-y, of course, because it's Satan is Real. But yeah, this, when I pulled this out of the bins, could not be happier. Paid $10 for it, and I already sold it actually. This copy will be shipped out to whoever bought it like tomorrow, so figured I had to make a video and include it in it. This is a 1962 pressing, so not the first pressing, but still really cool. And I'd say on this one, I graded it like G+, but it plays just fine. It sounds great. If you ever find one of these and you're like really into it and it's in bad shape, it'll probably play fine. That one has a lot of surface marks, but not too bad. But yeah, like I said, already got rid of it because I would rather pick up a like really cool album that I've really wanted for a long time. But yeah, this is a super cool album, and it just reminded me why I loved digging in antique stores. Next is another one that just did not click with me, and it's a soundtrack, and a lot of soundtracks don't usually. This came from an eBay lot, along with a couple more. But this is Zabriskie Point. This is a yellow label promotional copy on MGM. I'll pull out the disc, because why not? Super clean, really nice copy. But yeah, this is just kind of weird to me. It's got some Pink Floyd tracks that I'd never heard of, so I figured I gotta get it a listen. And it's got the band, the Kaleidoscope, the US Kaleidoscope. Plays a couple of tunes that are pretty dang good. And Jerry Garcia has a song on here. But it just really is not... I'm never going to listen to this. Like, this really is not for me. But still a cool record. Interesting one. And cool to have a promo. But yeah, not going to stick around. This is another one from that lot, and definitely one that is going to stick around. This one I actually really enjoyed, and it's pretty much some pretty good cheap heat, and I'd recommend picking this up if you see it. Arc 2, Flaming Youth. This one's claim to fame is this guy, aka Phil Collins. This is before Genesis. This is the first record that he played on, actually. Yeah, this is like a progressive psych album. Features some vocals from Phil Collins, but I think it features vocals from every member of the band. Pretty nice copy. I really like side 2. Definitely liked it a little more than side 1, I'd say. But side 1 ends with The Planets, which was okay, in my opinion. I really got to go back and revisit it. But yeah, I like the shorter tracks on this album. That long sort of progressive rock. It's kind of whimsical. It's very whimsical in a lot of places. But this is a good one. Really, if you see it, these go for like $15 probably. If you see a copy, I would definitely recommend picking it up. Another one that I had never heard of, that came from this lot, and I was pleasantly surprised by it. This is a really nice sort of Jefferson Airplane type psychedelic record. January Time, first time from Memphis. Yeah, female vocals and kind of that folk rocky feel, with some good guitar work. I've really got to put this one on again. Like it's been a minute since I played this. I only played it once, but yeah, this came out on Enterprise, which is very interesting, because when I think of Enterprise, I think of like Isaac Hayes and like funk soul type stuff. And this is more of psychedelic rock with some fuzz guitar. This copy's in the shrink wrap, which is pretty cool. It's probably a reshrink. It's got a name written up here that goes under the shrink wrap, and I don't know why you would do that if this wasn't just a reshrink. But either way, it's this really clean cover, a really clean copy too. This is a really good one, and this goes for about $20 again. If you see this, definitely pick it up. Really enjoyed it. This one is the reason why I bought that lot of 5, the last 4 that I showed, and this one was in it, and this is one that I have been on the lookout for a while, and I really wanted a copy for some reason a long time ago, and I can't quite remember why, because I don't even know if I listened to it. Omnibus. This is a great psych record. Sort of progressive in ways, it's got great fuzz guitar solos, sort of hard rocky in some places. It's a great record. Really cool. Really excited to find it. And yeah, almost all those records in that lot were promotional copies, and this is an audition copy. The Man song starts it off, and I believe that was the single. And it sort of starts off, and it's kind of not as like in your face, and then all of a sudden it just comes in, and you're like, wow, this is great. But another one I need to revisit. I've been pretty busy lately, so not too much time for listening. But yeah, this is a pretty nice copy. it has these weird marks on side 2. I don't know if you can see those. That cause some surface noise. It's not too bad, and it's got a little warp. I don't know if you can see that either, but still plays fine. And if you average out that eBay lot, I think I paid like $12 a piece. So nothing too crazy. That's including shipping. But yeah, I typically try to stay off eBay, but if I think I'm paying like less than half the value, I might just bite on it. And this one happened to be an auction and no one else bid, so ended up picking it up. But yes, I highly recommend this omnibus. Really cool cover and a great record. And these last two that I'm showing are pretty crazy. The last one was again from an antique store. So this is definitely gonna be some sort of antique store finds video. But this one came shipped from eBay. I ordered this like a month and a half ago. It took the seller like 2 weeks to put this in the mail. But and it got shipped horribly from Australia. It got shipped in like a bubble, one of those bubble envelopes. So I'm shocked that this made it here. It spent like a month in the mail, and it made it here, and it's in really good shape. Like, I got a crazy deal on this. And this is a really rare record. This is a very hard to find album. This is Masterpiece by the Master's Apprentices. This one is not quite as good as A Toast to Panama Red or Choice Cuts or anything like that. It's very odd. It is all over the place. I was reading reviews on it because I was excited about it coming in the mail, and that's what all the reviews said. This album is just all over the place, and it really is. But a lot of it reminds me of that like mod rock, almost like the British mod rock. Yeah, this is the first Australian press on Columbia, and this thing is a very solid VG, real nice. And I got this for so cheap, like such a good deal. Yeah, I played this today for the first time. The whole first side plays as one track, but it really shouldn't. I don't know why they did that. This is more of a collection of songs that they had recorded from their time that they were signed to Columbia. So this was recorded like 1969, 1970. Yeah, they connected the songs with these like orchestrated pieces, but the songs have nothing to do with each other. Like seriously, like nothing. Like they're completely unrelated. Overall, this is something I really enjoy. I like this weird sort of rock, mod rock, I guess. Psychedelic, kinda psychedelic pop. This record sounds pretty British, in my opinion. It has that British style of writing, as in like kind of whimsical, weird. I really dug some of the tracks. A Dog, A Siren, and Memories is the last track on the first side, and that definitely gets into the psychedelic realm. And you'd think with this cover that it would be some sort of crazy psych record, but it's more of a pop effort. But yeah, I'm super excited to own this, and I'm very glad I bought it, honestly. I was a bit worried about condition on this. It came from someone who was obviously not a record dealer, so I had to go off the pictures, which is, I told myself I would stop taking risks like that, but I did it again, and it paid off. This was a really good grab, and very stoked to have that. It's just so cool. And I think someone in my Q&A video was asking about Australian presses, and I don't think I had any, and so this is my first one, so pretty cool. This last one, I was digging through a crate of records that was in a case. If you don't know sort of the American antique store experience, sometimes dealers kind of put their stuff in cases that have to be opened by a worker, and the worker has to like stand over your shoulder while you dig through the records. But I usually never do that, but I'd been to this booth before, and they had everything at 25% off. So I was like, okay, I'll just do it, and I'll be quick, and won't take too long. And I also did not want to spend that much money, but I saw this and my jaw kind of dropped, and I saw the price tag and calculated 25% off and went, sold. Easily sold. This is Outside Looking In by the Tangerine Zoo. Yeah, I paid around $50 for this, which is pretty nuts. It's a good copy too. It does have this one nasty mark, but I was able to fix it with the toothpick method. Don't tell anyone. Vinyl people will tell you to never ever do that. But it was looping, so I had to. This was just so cool. You can see there's a 50-cent price sticker right here, and I wish I paid 50 cents for this, but yeah, I paid up the $50 because when am I ever going to see this again? I've never seen a Tangerine Zoo album, and I probably won't. But yeah, this is a pretty decent copy. Could do with an upgrade maybe one day, but for the price range especially, I'm very happy. This is a really incredible psych record in my opinion. It starts out with Birth, which is an instrumental, but this is really deep. Like it gets you in there. Like People is kind of has some poppy sort of flavor to it. They do a cover of Another Morning by the Moody Blues, which I didn't look at the track listing when that came on. My ears perked up. I was like, interesting. To me, you can never top the Moody Blues recording of anything because they're just incredible. But this is definitely a very different version of the song. Very much psychedelic. They made it very psychedelic. And it's got a completely different arrangement. So it's like, I put it in the psych playlist, I'll tell you that. I really have to revisit this one again. I played this 2 or 3 times because I haven't had that much time. But yeah, I'm a big fan of this one. This is a really great find. I'm super stoked about it. I mean, it's not every day you see Tangerine Zoo Outside Looking in an antique store. But I'm definitely after their first record. It's got a really, really, really cool cover. This one was really good. Really, really, if you like psychedelic rock, this is like late night psychedelic, deep kind of music to me. But yeah, really, really cool. Really, really happy about that. And that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching.